Asante sana. Let's be seated. Asanteni sana. Thank you, everyone. God is good, and all the time, and that's His nature. I must begin today by saying thank you. Thank you all. Asanteni sana. Where do I start? It has been a long journey. Maybe I should start from the beginning so that you can understand my motivation and what this day means to me and what this day means to Nairobi. I grew up less than 2 kilometers from here, in Ngara, in Nairobi. I remember as children growing up, we lived in a neighborhood of contrasts. While we weren't poor, I wouldn't say we were poor, but our estate wasn't the best either. And I'm so happy to see my relatives all here. It wasn't as organized or as clean as our neighbors. And I've given this story many times. And I always wondered why that was so. Especially compared to our immediate neighboring estate that seemed like heaven to us. The roads were nicer, there was no litter, the grass was even greener. But I eventually got to know at that young age that it was because that neighborhood did not necessarily have better people, they were just organized. They had created a sense of community. They had selected good leadership and things worked. So being the politician I was, even then 7 years of age, I organized a demonstration to protest that system. I got other children involved and things began working. And I'm proud to say that even then we started seeing change. I've also just learned that today, on this day, August the 25th, in 2012, Neil Armstrong, who was the first person to set foot on the moon, died at 82. He accomplished that at age 38, which is a year older than me at that time. And what I really admired about him was the ability to dream. If Neil and his team were bold enough to dream to be the first people on the moon, what is stopping us as Nairobians, including the 7-year-olds out there like I was, from hoping for a working city? I don't think it is too much for us to ask for. We can do it. From Kayole to Langata, Makadara to Dagoretti, throughout the entire span of our 17 sub-counties, 85 wards, Nairobi is full of vibrant culture, inspiration, ambition, energy, and hope. And I've always believed that all we need is a working city, and we will become unstoppable, that we will become a regional and global force. This is what we stand for: a city of order, a city of dignity, a city of hope, and a city of opportunity for all. We can make Nairobi work together. At this point, Your Excellency, President-elect, and all the leaders here, I want to acknowledge my competitors, especially my friend Polycarp Igave, who I sat with recently, and he excused himself for today saying he's traveling. I want to acknowledge him because many of you might not know, but really running for office is above all an act of patriotism and courage. And like any race, the best political contest challenge candidates to their very best and to the end of their wits. So thank you, Polycarp Igave, for engaging on the issues and for moving our county and our politics forward in the most positive way. You are a true embodiment of Siasa Safi, which I believe in. Thank you, Polycarp. And also thank you for all the other candidates. I've seen my friend Haman Gerewal somewhere here. You saw him at the earlier debate, he did very well. Thank you, Haman, for being here. And we hope that we can all work together because the politics is over now. Nairobians want services. Nairobians want all our ideas moving together for the sake of the city of Nairobi. It would be remiss for me to talk about Nairobi that we aspire to have without recognizing the many, many individuals and leaders on whose shoulders it's an honor for us to stand. The story of Nairobi has been a story that has been unfolding for decades. It has many authors. This is just a new chapter, and I hope this will be its best chapter yet. From the first mayor of Nairobi, Charles Rubia, to the last mayor, George Aladwa. From the first governor under this constitution, Governor Evans Kidero, to Governor Mike Sonko Mbuvi, Governor Ann Kananu, my sister who is here, as well as Major General Badi of the NMS, thank you. And thank you to all the others who have faithfully served this county. I want to thank the MCAs who have been there, the former councillors, the former city fathers that we used to call. They've all played a part to bring Nairobi to where it is today, and it is an honor for us to take it to the next level, and to the next level, and to take it to higher heights as Nairobi. And we will do it. That is our commitment. But most of all, I want to thank the citizens of Nairobi. The quality of any democracy is defined by the caliber of its citizens. And in this election, the citizens of Nairobi proved their mettle and made this country proud. We actively engaged in the process. We debated, we deliberated, we shared our views, our aspirations, and our concerns. You showed up to vote. And most of all, we maintained respect for each other, which is the true definition of peace. You voted across party lines, across tribal lines, beyond that divide, and we showed this country what the people of Nairobi are truly made of. The symbolism of this election might be bigger than what we might understand now. But today, in Mathare, in Kibera, in Roysambu, in Dandora, in Westlands, if Sakaja Johnson is the governor of Nairobi, every child knows that they can believe in the beauty of their dreams, and that tomorrow they too can be who they want to be. I'm going to be honest, this was an improbable campaign. When we set out about a year or two ago, it was a campaign not based on personal identities, but on the promise of shared ideals and ideas. It was a campaign whose agenda was not defined by the small pockets of power, but inspired by the aspirations, reality, and resilience of the common Nairobian, the Mwanzo. A campaign that set out to focus not on what divides us, but on what we can achieve together. And when we traversed this city, we reminded each other, we reminded ourselves that the pain Mama Njeri feels when she cannot feed a child is the same pain that Mama Kinyi feels when she cannot put food on the table. That the Kikuyu dreams in the same way as the Kalenjin and the Luo, has the same aspirations as the Luya, that they are not opposed to each other. That there is no Kamba pothole in Nairobi. There is no Kikuyu lack of water. There is no Masai hunger. That we have more that unites us than what divides us as a city. And the results of the election showed just that. That the people of Nairobi stand united. They acknowledge that there's more that brings us together, and they want a united county moving forward. That jirani yako ndio ndugu yako. And that is why I must salute the people of Nairobi for maintaining peace, for remaining peaceful, even as we wait for the outcome of the Supreme Court petition. Thank you, watu wa Nairobi, mko mbele tu sana. In many ways, as I've said, in many ways, I was an improbable candidate, a long shot. As I said earlier, kijana wa mtaa with a dream, and that dream will start being implemented. As weeks turned to months, a campaign turned into a community, small at first, and then bigger, diverse, dynamic, disruptive, until what started as an impossible, improbable campaign, in what I feel has been a journey that I started when I was 7 years old, to some very naive, to others frankly a bit insane. What started with that improbability, led by an improbable candidate, today becomes an irrevocable commitment by your governor to yourselves. And the commitment, I'm seeing my daughter is having a lot of fun. She'll watch one day. The commitment is a commitment. She's dancing with the Lady Justice, with the President-elect. She's just like my mom. It is a commitment we're making, not just to those who voted for us, or even those who voted at all, but to every single citizen of this county. And it is simple. We will work with you to build a Nairobi whose hallmark is order, that upholds the dignity of all its citizens, that democratizes hope and creates opportunities for all. That our people deserve dignity. That the days of leaving your house and coming back in the evening to find a demolished structure are over in the county of Nairobi. That the days of innocent traders and hawkers just plying their trade because the administration has not provided for them, being chased and bungled into rust-filled contraptions by my good officers in the county are over. That we will give our people the opportunity to do business, the opportunity to thrive, the opportunity to be who they're supposed to be. Because everybody, invariably, wants the same thing: to go about their lives peacefully, to make something out of themselves, and to guarantee their children, just like her, a future. That is the future we want to guarantee for Nairobi. We want a Nairobi that is not just an emblem of African achievement, but an epicenter of global economic activity. A Nairobi that is always open for business 24 hours. A Nairobi where the rules of engagement are clear, the game is fair, and the playing field is level for everybody. A Nairobi where talent, the talent of our young people, is nurtured, and the audacity of lawful enterprise, the hustle of everyday Kenyans, is encouraged and rewarded, not criminalized and curtailed. That is the new Nairobi. A first-class county without a second-class citizen. A county led by a government that is not focused, that is not just focused on those with millions of shillings in their accounts, but those with millions of ideas in their minds. Those are the people we're going to focus on in this county. A Nairobi that is propelled forward by bipartisan collaboration on the principles that we can all agree on. That no child should have to go hungry, because we cannot starve our children of opportunity and expect our future to be full. That no family should have to face poverty because they have pursued treatment when somebody falls sick, and no patient should have to endure illness because there aren't enough medical personnel or medication. That access to safe, clean and adequate water and to a decent and affordable shelter is not the preserve of a few but the right of all. That being a free citizen must also mean being free to move safely and efficiently within your own county. Today, we commit to delivering a Nairobi where the true spirit and promise of devolution is realized, where we in the government report to you, the people. That's what we've started, that's where we're going. And I want to be honest with you again, it will not be easy. There are no quick fixes, there are no silver bullets. There's a lot of work to be done and to deliver on this future. And I hope that we will all work together, that let's together make Nairobi work. This work begins today, the 25th of August. And more than ever, I am convinced we will get there, not because the journey is easy, not because there are secrets or magic wands to be waved in Nairobi, but because we will do it together. Everybody has a place at the table of Nairobi. To the entire leadership of Nairobi, our senator, our women rep, our MPs, all our MCAs, and I'm very glad to see all the MCAs of Nairobi here from across the political divide. Our voters have passed a very strong message to us. They voted with great expectations and across party lines. In their wisdom, they chose MCAs, MPs, a senator, governor, women rep from different parties. In their wisdom. For me, political grandstanding is over. It is time to work. I commit to work with each and every one of you for the sake of the people that we so dearly love. That is my commitment to you. Nairobi, thank you for giving me the most important assignment of my life. Together we have already we have dared to defy the status quo. Now let us dare to redefine it. Let's make Nairobi work for all of us. I want to thank everyone who believed in me in this journey and supported us on this journey. I want to thank my family, my confidant, my team, my running mate, Njoroge Mushiri, and I think I'm the luckiest governor to have a running mate like this. Njoroge Mushiri, our party leader, Your Excellency, William Samoei Ruto, the President-elect. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for believing in me when others found it difficult too. Thank you for standing by the people of Nairobi. Thank you for being here. And most importantly, God Almighty, who has never failed me and who will never fail us as a people. God bless Kenya. God bless Nairobi. Twende kazi. Asanteni sana. Your Excellency, Dr. William Samoei Ruto, the President-elect, allow me to recognize the current governor, or former, in fact it's former now. Sorry, sijazoea. I'll get the hang of it. Allow me to recognize the former governor of Nairobi, Ann Kananu, and allow her to make some brief remarks, as well as Major General Badi, who we thank for the work that has been done in Nairobi. We had a chat yesterday, we sat down and discussed the way forward. Nairobi will work. We will work together. And I'm glad that General Badi, contrary to what has been out in the media, is very ready to fully hand over all the functions of Nairobi County to the people. We have returned the power to the people. But even as we do that, we must recognize the good work that your team has done, General Badi. We will continue that process of handing over together.